Yeah, some of you out there listening now might have fallen victim to this scam. If you made a donation to SAFM, a massive con, and Cosi was in the box seat for it all, and you're about to unpack it.
Look, this is a very, very confusing story. So I urge you to turn your radio up nice and loud and listen super carefully because you're going to need to follow this. Beck and Lehmo, brace yourself for a very convoluted scam
popcorn?
that took place about 12 years ago. So on The Breakfast Show, there was Rabbit, Amber Petty, and myself, the three of us on this breakfast show. Rabbit used to do gotcha calls. Do you remember hearing them?
I do remember them.
Anyway, all of these people that I'm about to mention from now do not actually exist. They were made up characters by a con artist called Sarah Robertson from Canada. So here's what happened. So there's this fictional character that she made up called Blaine. Blaine dobs in his soon-to-be wife, Sarah, for a gotcha call. Sarah also doesn't exist. Rabbit's the SAFM announcer who does this gotcha call. He decides to get Sarah on a gotcha call. He's actually, of course, talking to the con artist. Take a listen.
Do you have a moment to go through a few questions in your application?
Yes, absolutely.
First up, Sarah, how old are you?
I am 26 years old.
And your occupation?
I'm a yoga instructor.
So he gets her on this gotcha call and it's very funny and whatever. And after the gotcha call, Rabbit becomes very good friends with Sarah, who's the con artist. So they're regularly talking on the phone and emailing, etc. Then Sarah, off air, confesses to Rabbit that she's got stage 4 breast cancer. Remember, this is all a lie. So Rabbit comes to us in the breakfast show and says, oh my God, come in the studio. We've got to record Sarah. She's got some terrible news that she wants to share with us. Take a listen.
Everything was going smoothly and perfect.
And you didn't know that you were sick at all?
No. I had an appointment the next day, so I went in and I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. So I called Blaine. He hopped on a plane. I was at the airport 36 hours later, and, big hug, big kiss. And one of the reasons I love him is because he's able to joke around about everything. You know, he just looks at me and says, babe, it's okay. I'm an ass man. We'll get through this.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
And what's the long-term prognosis for you, Sarah?
I actually just got back from the doctor today. Sorry.
You're on, mate.
It's okay, Sarah.
I'll be happy to see April.
Now, is she, Cosi, according to what you understood at the time, is she in Canada or Adelaide?
Canada, yeah. So she
Right.
told us that she was a Canadian trying to move to South Australia.
And Blaine was in Adelaide.
Now, remember,
She made up a crap name.
Blaine sounds like a made-up name. It really does.
So she just comes out and says she's got stage 4 breast cancer, like you heard just
What kind
then.
of person does that?
Dying Sarah's wish is to get married in South Australia. Get this. She then asks Rabbit, SAFM announcer Rabbit, to walk her down the aisle. Take a listen.
As I've told you, I don't have any family left, and there's a big moment coming up, and my soon-to-be uncle-in-law has offered to walk me down the aisle, and I said I'd like to ask somebody else first. I was wondering, since you're going to be there anyways, if you wouldn't mind taking a walk with me down the aisle.
I'd be proud to, Sarah.
Thank you.
Oh, Sarah, that's so beautiful. Wow. Okay. All right. Someone's got to get a grip here.
That's why you handed me the tissues. Okay. Thank you.
That's radio gold.
So
there.
she has
It's
got
not real.
the radio station hook,
Wrapped
line,
around her little lying finger.
and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. Now, it's about to get really bizarre. Rabbit and SAFM surprised dying Sarah with the gift of $1,000. Take a listen.
Listen, what we'd like to do, we'd like to give you $1,000 towards helping getting you guys here. You can use it for the wedding. You can use it for anything you like, okay?
Oh, my God. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's the least we can do.
Remember, she doesn't
what
exist.
an
She's
actress.
making this
She's
whole
good,
thing
isn't
up.
she? She's very... I'm picturing her practicing all this in front of the mirror. Like going over it, crying to herself.
Well, of
And
course, South Australia hears this story
I
about
mean, you have
this.
to win alpha bucks to get that kind of money these days.
and when South Australia hears the story of this woman that's stuck in Canada trying to get back to marry the love of her life in South Australia, calls start flowing in with innocent, kind-hearted people that are donating money to this dying woman who wants to get back to South Australia, and the calls just went all day.
Hi, how you going, guys?
Hi, Jenny. Isn't this heartbreaking?
I'm driving along, sobbing my heart out. Hi, how you doing? I'm exactly in the same boat as Jenny. I'm actually just about to go to work, and I look like I haven't slept all night. My eyes are so red.
Sue's called in from Tea Tree Gully. Morning, Sue.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi,
All right.
Sue.
I've been a nurse for a long, long time, so I know it's a hard ride. My husband was going to spend $100 on me for Christmas, and I'd like to give. And I'd just like to donate $500. I think I would like to donate some of my Christmas money if I could.
Oh, sweet.
So bad.
Yeah, I'd like to donate $1,000.
Oh, Elise,
Elise.
that is so generous.
Well, it's what goes around comes around.
Wow, good people getting taken for a ride there. Cos, she wanted to come back from Canada. Had we spoken to Blaine at any point?
That's where it gets super interesting because Blaine sort of dropped off the radar. So I started to think, well, hang on, if we're doing all this stuff for this dying woman, why haven't we got him in the studio? Like, why didn't he come in? And there was always an excuse or a reason or whatever. So that was the first flag, Lehmo, where I went, where the hell's Blaine? And do you know the other thing was he was trying to get rid of a dog, which was a Alaskan Malamute or whatever, and he couldn't get rid of it. Rabbit was going to take this dog. And I said to him, as if you can't get rid of a puppy like that. Anyway, Sarah then dies and no one hears anything else. Like, it drops completely off the radar and we all think, wow, that was so sad. We don't hear anything else. Until 1 month later, Amber Petty receives an email from the con artist.